Welcome to the show. And today, got a fun one for you. But first, I got a couple things I want to throw your way like I normally do. Big shout out to Liv Rishi. These guys been a supporter of the show since the beginning, and they produce high-quality CBD product. Tinctures and rubs with arnica. The tinctures, the immediate effect is helps you sleep at night. Just used it last night. Slept like a baby. And aches and pains, check out the rub. Big fan of both products. They got a lot of other stuff over on their website, livrishi.com. And guess what? I'm giving some of that away. Yep, giving a bundle of that away with some swag. And everything you need to know about that is over on my website, waltzkitchentable.com. Check it out. And while you're there, I'm very excited to say that my merch store is open. Got some real fun swag and other things, check it out, waltzkitchentable.com. So on to the show. Welcome to Walt's Kitchen Table, where I feature captivating stories from fascinating people. Today, Big Rich from New Jersey. Lots of laughs. Just going to warn you, good times. He's a family man, cop, comedian, and writer. And since we've recorded this, he finished his first screenplay, and we'll get into more of that a little later. More of the stuff we talk about, Atlantic City. Do you know what? That's where Monopoly was invented? How about the Bunny Ranch? It is not in Vegas. Just saying. 80s music, and his story on how he got into stand-up comedy is awesome, and his passion for it is just completely contagious. So let's get to it. And you got to get pretty close.
All right.
If you start getting back here, it don't sound fucking good. And that ain't
Gotcha.
no good. So thanks for coming down, dude.
No, thanks for having me.
When's the last time you had a mic in your face?
Oof, 2 days.
2 days ago?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Performing in Morristown. Do a monthly show.
Oh, you have a monthly show in Morristown?
Yeah.
Nah, it's all right. Is that good? You got to get up there. There you go. Put it right in your face.
Now I'm good.
Oh, look at that. We're at Morristown.
Horseshoe Tavern.
Horseshoe Tavern.
It used...
So across to the Doubletree or whatever, right?
Yeah, right across from the movie theater.
That's a pretty nice place. Upstairs?
Yeah.
Nice.
Upstairs. We do a monthly there, so it's fun.
What is it? Like the third Thursday or something? So
yeah,
like one
third
of those?
Thursday every month.
Oh, what a guess that fucking was, huh?
Walt. Come on.
Bam!
He knows his stuff.
How'd you get hooked up with that?
Well, we've been doing a show in Morristown for about 4.5 years. But we moved, we were at Sona. 13.
Oh, right there?
Yeah,
that's
South
right down the
Street,
South
social.
Street.
But they went under new management, wasn't as good. Found a better spot, and we've been there like 6 months now.
Dude, when I lived in Morristown, I ran through that fucking... I lived a block off of South Street. Being single.
God bless you.
Oh, my God. That got old quick, though.
Yeah. I wish I did at one point.
Oh, you never just...
When I was younger, I'd bounce in there all the time, but like 20 years ago, it wasn't like it is today.
Oh, yeah.
Completely
It was It changed drastically just in the few years I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a whole different place.
Yeah. And then I moved here to Montclair, and people are like, "Oh, Montclair's nice." I'm like, I came from Morristown.
Yeah,
if I came from
different.
Somerset, I'd be like, "Yeah, Montclair's amazing." But
We have
Morristown's-
restaurants.
Yeah. I can order food from here. Yeah. Well, real quick, since I hit you up on the mic, tell people what you do.
I'm a stand-up comedian, among other things.
Right?
But yeah, I'm out there. I do stand-up. I do improv. Try to perform as much as I can.
Cool. How long you been doing that?
10 years.
I was going to say, I met you, 6 years ago?
7 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, down at Crossroads, right?
Yep.
Is that where we met?
Well, we did a photo shoot by you guys in Morristown.
Oh, in Morristown, the little studio. Yeah.
Right next to the parking garage there.
Yep.
I still use for most of my
I see
headshots.
Joe's too, and I'm like, I know that goddamn.
Yeah, and then you recorded a few of our live shows for us.
Yep. And then you tried, what was that TV show?
Stand Up and Cook.
Stand Up and Cook. That was a good concept, dude.
We loved it. It seemed like too much work for what we were ready to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you think you'd be better at it now? You think? When you say too much work, you're talking
Too much work financially, time-wise,
Yeah.
and we didn't really have the hooks. We didn't know where to put it out at the time.
Right.
We did present it to a few places. It just didn't get picked up.
Right. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was we had some good guests, too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, we had some good times there.
What, where else you perform?
I go down to Atlantic City about once a month.
Man, why did that pop in my head for some reason?
They say,
Now, do you just walk in like you have a set, or you just try to walk
I have
up?
some go-to jokes.
No, like when you go down there, you know you're going to perform at a certain time?
Yeah.
Or do you go to like an open mic?
No, I know, the producers that run the shows down there, and I'll reach out if I know I got a free weekend and the wife lets me go.
Yeah,
That's when I'm there.
Yeah, the ladder is important,
Sure,
right? Is that
approved by my boss.
the Atlantic City Poker Club?
Atlantic City Comedy Club.
That's in that old, I call it a gangster hotel. We just saw a show there.
Resorts or Harris? Those are both
No,
old school.
There's
It's
Caesars. Attached. No, we saw it. It's a hotel attached to like Clarion or Clary something. It's attached to Bally's.
Yeah. So that has 3 rooms. They have a room in Tropicana, a room behind Caesars, and a room in Bally's.
Okay. So the one in Bally's, the headliner he made this fucking joke. It was great because when you go up to the room, the hotel's fucking empty.
Right.
He's like, dude, when the elevator opened, I thought I was going to get whacked. I was like, pretty good, dude.
Yeah, there's a few of the old hotels. That's why I said like resorts in Harris. You walk through, it's sad.
It's really sad.
Yeah, they haven't redone it in years. It's half empty. The only people are like 80 years old playing slots.
Well, that's my wife and I went down for a weekend just because we're always on the go. Right. And anytime I go to Atlantic City, I drive into the parking garage, walk to the poker room. When I'm done, I walk back to my car and drive away. I never fucking go around Atlantic City. So when we went down there, it's a fucking dump. I hate to bust on things, but it is not a nice place to be.
Yeah,
like out on the street and stuff. It's not.
Oh yeah, it never was.
You don't think so? Well, maybe in the 20s, right?
Right, the roaring 20s. But as a kid, I remember going down there in the 80s, and it was nothing pretty.
It was the same pretty much?
Yeah, it was run from your car to the casino. My parents would drop me off in, where the arcade was, like on the 7th floor.
Yeah.
And then pick me up like 5 hours later.
No shit. What do you think was a downfall of that?
I'm a big Atlantic City guy because I go down a lot, even when I'm not performing. And if you just look at the history, it was never given a chance. Like gambling wasn't legalized till the late 70s, 76 or 77.
No shit, I thought it was like forever down there.
No, it wasn't even legal. I want to say 77 it got legalized.
So what'd they do, legalize it to try to boost it down there?
Yeah. Yeah, because it was a shitty city.
Yeah.
It was a great tourist attraction in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And then after the 50s
with the boardwalk
went downhill.
and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you look at pictures in the 50s, that beach was covered with tens and thousands of people.
What do you think was it? Why do you think it started getting away from that?
Well, people stopped going down, number one, because they created air conditioning. And they said more people were staying home in the summer rather than needing to be at the beach.
No shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
So like 50s and 60s when air conditioning, I don't know when it was invented, but.
Yeah, they say in the 50s it started picking up. And then all the other kind of shore towns picked up along the way. And then why go all the way down to Atlantic City if you can go to Point Pleasant? It's nicer.
Oh, I see. They started developing more beaches before you got to Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was quite a while ago now. I was talking to a buddy of mine about Reno, right? And he goes, this is how I describe Reno is, no. Yeah, he says it's, Vegas is a young, beautiful woman, tattoo, real sexy, put together. Mm-hmm. Reno is her older sister, right? With, smokes, talks like this, this kind of thing. And I go, shit, if we're doing that, Atlantic City's their mom.
Is their mom, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's It's just sad.
Yeah,
and then that's where Monopoly was invented.
Yeah, and that game's been around 80 years back when Atlantic City was the place to be. But for 50s, 60s, 70s, the city just deteriorated.
And then in the 70s, they tried to boost it up by
You're bringing gambling, but
yeah, but that just brings a whole element to.
brings an element.
Yeah, I love gambling. I'm a fucking degenerate. I love playing poker. I don't play slots, and the only time I play a slot machine when I'm waiting for my wife to get out of the bathroom.
Right.
Right. It's one of those.
If I have like 3 minutes and it's just to put the card in so they know I was there.
Yeah. Or I went down to play in a poker tournament down in Pennsylvania, and I ended up being there like 30 minutes early. Right. So I was like, fuck it. I put $20 in the slot machine, and I was down to like $1 something, and I hit for $115, and I'm like, boop, cash
There you
out.
go.
Just paid for my poker game. I'm fucking
Yeah.
out.
See, I'm a blackjack guy.
Are you?
Yeah, I can sit at a blackjack table for 12 hours.
No shit.
Yeah.
Like you have a limit or the cheapest one you can get?
Usually the cheapest one.
Now, do you find, so like in a poker game, there's a huge difference in a $50 buy-in and a $200 buy-in
Right.
in the level of play. Now, do you find that with blackjack as well?
It should be, but you'll be at a $100 table.
And you get a fucking dickhead
some
like me
retard
that-
who's never played will sit down just to sit down.
And just destroy you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just like in poker,
And kill the table.
the variance I saw a meme somebody made, and I love memes, dude. I say this all the time, that memes portray an amazing amount of information really fast,
Sure.
right? So I follow these poker guys, and they make these funny memes, and it's a freight train. And on the front of the freight train, it says variance. Sounds like, I know how that feels.
Like, I get it.
So, do you still go to Atlantic City, play blackjack?
Yeah. Honestly, rarely. And that sounds weird. I'm in Atlantic City all the time, weekends at a time. And I still,
You can pull that.
yeah.
You can pull it closer if you don't. Your back starts.
I get more excited when I go to Vegas, because I go to Vegas once a year. I'll play more blackjack out there.
Now, do you go to Vegas once a year on
Just for fun.
just for fun?
Just for fun,
You
yeah.
ever perform out there?
No, like small shows, open mics, but
Okay.
I usually only go for 2 or 3 nights once a year. My brother and a couple buddies, and it's like I'm out there just to relax and drink and gamble and
Yeah. Move at your own pace.
yeah, that's all.
God, where the fuck were we? We were with a bunch of people, and this lady's like, yeah, and we got to talk about Vegas.
Of course.
And she's like, yeah, in about a month, I'm going there on a bachelor party. We're going to tear this place apart. I'm like, yeah, huh? Yeah, Vegas ain't never seen 4 drunk bitches come through there before. Yeah,
They would call in extra cops for that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. So we're out there one time, speaking of Reno, with my brother, and my brother always wanted to like go to the bunny ranch. So he gets-
Okay.
My brother's not smart. I'll tell you that to preface the story. So one night we're sitting in a hotel room. He goes, I don't care what you guys are doing. I'm going to Bunny Ranch. We're like, all right. He goes, I just want to go there. I want to, buy a T-shirt. Tell everybody I've always been. We're like, all right, dude, go ahead. How you
Leave your
gonna
money
get
and
there?
wallet here.
Yeah. So he's like, I don't know. He goes, let me call him. He Googles Bunny Ranch, calls him. He's like, I'm staying in Mandalay Bay. Can you tell me how to get there? They're like, where are you staying? He's like, Mandalay Bay in the Strip. All right. Well, first thing you're gonna do, go out the entrance, make a left, go about 2 miles to the airport, and take a flight to Reno, because we are nowhere near you, sir.
Take a flight to Reno.
And he's just like, oh, he was so defeated.
And that was from, yeah, because it's not anywhere near Reno.
Yeah,
Where the fuck is it?
It's supposedly closer to Reno, but it's
I
like
thought it was
8
closer.
hours from Vegas. That's what they were telling him.
Huh. Yeah.
I was like, all right.
I've passed through Reno on a motorcycle. I've never stopped there to play or.
Yeah, I've never been.
You never been there either? No. You ever been down like Miami, the casinos and stuff down there?
Not to the casinos.
Okay. So when my wife and I travel, we got a deal that I'm going to find a local casino, and I got a little, where the hell is it? The little jar behind me. Mm-hmm. I collect a chip, throw it in there as my souvenir, and I play for a couple hours, and get the local color.
Sure, why not?
And we were in San Bruno, out in California. Mm-hmm. She grew up there. And we're walking around, and she goes, hey, there's a place over here that used to be like a little card room called Artichoke Joe's. I'm like, well, we got to look at.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Where's the line for that start? And she goes, I don't know what it looks like now, but it was just like a little thing. We go over there, dude, and it's just it's beautiful, right? Just big. They built it all up. I go, we don't have time to go in right now, but let's go and check it out. Nothing but table games, and a lot of the baccarat and a lot of that.
Right.
So I said, okay, and we looked at our schedule, and I said, all right, so we'll come back tomorrow night for a couple hours. And she's like, yeah, there's a really nice restaurant. I'll hang out with my dad, da-da-da-da-da. So I walk in, and I'm like standing in the middle of the card room, and the lady comes up. She's like, what do you need? And I said, just a 1-2 no limit. And she's like, we don't have that, but we have a 1-3 limit. I was like, that's fine. Fuck, here's $100.
Right.
She goes, how many chips you want? I said, $100. So I sit down. You know how to play poker, right? Right. So I sit down in the big blind. Okay, no big deal. Throw my $3 out there. The dealer deals everybody out, and I'm just kind of getting ready. I just sit down, fuck with my chips, kind of looking around. I look up, and the dealer has the flop down, the 3 cards, but she hasn't flipped them over yet, and she's staring at me. And I'm like,
yes.
What? And everybody bet, put $3 in, the limit, $3, and everybody was staring at me. And I was like, check? And she's like, Fruit. And everybody was staring at me. And because, then the small blind checks real quick.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit, like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this is all, like, super fast, right? And I was like, holy shit. And I looked, and I was like, okay, let me check my cards again, just really fast where I'm at. I looked at my cards. I look up. The whole fucking table has their hand out with 3 chips in it, 3 $1 chips in it, holding them out.
Waiting on you.
Staring at me. And I was like, I throw $3 out because I had, like, King Jack or something, right? And I can't remember what the board was. I was like, all right, $3. By the time I dropped three chips, came back, looked at my cards, I look up, same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? So they're gambling. That's just degenerate fucking gambling. No, they're there just to fucking
that's it.
Chase it, right?
Throw the money down, throw it down,
That's
throw
it.
it down.
And then if you hit it, you're fucking great.
Right.
If you don't, next. I was like, oh, dude, I sit at a poker table to enjoy conversation and kind of go at not a leisurely pace, but
right.
Fucking hang out, right? So then the guy on my right is taking his time, quote unquote, taking his time. I thought he's all right. The guy on my left is bitching at him in some language I don't fucking understand. So they start, I don't know what they're saying, but it's obvious that they're arguing, right?
By the tone, you knew what they were saying.
It's body language. Dude, the guy on my right, the guy on my left stands up. The guy on my right stands up and fucking punches him square in the chin, right in front of me. Pow! I was like, what the fuck? By the time the other guy got a hit in, they pull him out.
Right.
And before their feet fucking clear the chair, 2 other guys sitting right there. And I was like, this is not fun.
That's not fun.
This is not fun to me. So I'm like, all right, I had like $40 left. I said, I'll burn through this. If I jack it to like $80, I'll fucking bail. I'll either burn through it or jack it up, right? So I actually won a hand, which I have fucking no clue how I did it, right? So I pull the chips in, and I look at the guy next to me. I'm like, whew, that was fun. And he's stone faced goes, yeah, for you. And he wasn't even in the hand. And I was like, okay, yeah. So what's the deal? He's like, yeah, he's like something about paying his rent. And I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, they're not there for the same reason you are.
No, they're there to try to fucking make money to pay his rent. And I'm like, no, I'm out of here, dude. Fuck it. Nah.
I thought West Coast, everybody's supposed to be laid back and relaxed.
Not uptight. Yeah, right?
They're all uptight.
Yeah, they're supposed to be all like fucking pot smokers and yoga breathers and all that bullshit, right? I don't know. But that was a fun story.
Yeah, man. That's I can't get enjoyment out of that whatsoever. Like I like to sit at a table, like you said, relax, order drinks.
Yeah, and that's my entertainment.
Right.
Like if I sit down at a $150 poker tournament, I don't give a shit if I lose it. If I play for 5 hours on $150 in a tournament,
it's worth it.
Where else are you going to get that kind of value for entertainment? One, I'm doing something I really enjoy doing for $25 an hour.
Yeah.
All day. I'll pay that all day. You know?
Yeah,
So I don't know if that's the same with blackjack, though. Do you?
You'll see it. I mean, you see the people, but they don't like to sit at a table with anyone else who's there to have fun. So they get up real quick, move to their own spot. They'll go to a whole nother table like that.
Most blackjack players are pretty serious?
Nah.
Oh,
there's a small percentage.
Yeah.
Small percentage. Usually people there for a good time, but it's all time of day too. You know, Friday at 9 o'clock, it's all groups, who's drinking, who's having fun.
It's kind of like a peeler bar at Tuesday night, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Tuesday at 10 in the morning, like you're sitting at a table. You have life choices to think about.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
One of those.
Yeah.
Nobody's there to have fun.
Yeah, unless you're in like Aruba, then that's different,
exactly.
right?
But if you're in Atlantic City, New Jersey, no. They're there to be serious.
Yeah, and two, there's so many regulars down there, right?
Yeah.
I sit down at a table and like the dealer's talking about how the guy in seat 5, he'll say, Bob, whatever his fucking name is, hey, by the way, I stopped, fed your dog on the way over. It's like, seriously, dude? What? It's just like a family game. It's like
they all know each other.
Yeah.
They all do.
Yeah. But it's all good, though. During the day, though, you're a cop?
Yeah.
Over in East Orange. Is that the bad Orange?
I'm in West Orange. West Orange, which is the better one.
Okay, East Orange is the bad one.
East is the bad.
You don't want to be there at night?
You definitely do not want to be there at night. I'll say that.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, well, you're not going to fit in.
So, which one of these is not like the other? So, my route for work is Newark and Jersey City.
All right.
And I go into all levels of Newark.
So you've seen it all over there.
Yeah. And it's funny, man. I'll pull up to a stop sign, not even a stop light, stop sign in my work truck, knock on the window. Lady of the evening at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning.
Yep.
Hey, honey, we can jump in the back of this truck. I'm good, man. Thanks.
You're like, no. Wait, how much? No. Stop.
Wait. Yeah. How much was that? No.
Before noon is a discount, just so you know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Your
before
half
noon.
Price?
Yeah.
So they pitch you. So I tell her, the last lady, I said, I don't carry cash. I'm married. She's like, let me see that ring. And of course, the first thing that think of, she could try to fucking just take it.
Right.
And no big deal. I know this. But what she doesn't know is last year I broke my fucking knuckle playing basketball. So my ring doesn't come off.
That's never coming off.
It's never coming off. You're going to have cut it off.
You're like,
right?
good luck.
Yeah. So I was like, here. I hold it right. And she feels it, and you could tell she was trying to tug on it a few times. I'm like just sitting there like, that's a cheap ring anyway. Walked away. And I was like, whatever. Fuck it.
Listen, if you could get it off, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I was just going to you can fucking have it if you could get it off.
Yeah, it's no joke down there, man. You don't know what you're going to be offered or who's looking to roll you over.
Yep.
So.
And the whole reason I got they say that there's I got a backup camera in my truck, right? A box truck. And they're like, in your neighborhood, in your route, that's more of a security camera. Make sure somebody's not fucking popping the back door open and stealing everything.
Coming out. Or trying to, hope you hit them. Some people will jump behind a truck or something.
Yeah, especially with a big corporation logo on it. Oh, he hit me. I'm suing. Yeah. Sad.
Yeah, we see that. I've seen that a bunch of times.
Over there, huh?
Yeah.
Even in West Orange?
Not West Orange so much, but I do other work down in Newark, and I used to snowplow in Newark, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'd see them running behind trucks, like trying to get hit.
No shit. And
or pretend or throw themselves down. Like
you hit me.
Yeah, we've seen surveillance cameras from like Pathmarks and ShopRites that we work at.
Right.
And people like go throw themselves under, behind a car and say they were hit.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
Yeah, it's bad.
What does it take to get to that level, I guess? Bad decisions, bad circumstances, a combination of both?
I think they just see easy money.
God, if they just put that much effort into a job, they'd probably be all right.
Yeah.
That's my theory on that, but
It's a theory.
Yeah, it's a theory. We don't get into theories. And you got married.
I did get married 2.5 years ago now. So
Holy shit! So by that, I remember seeing the post that you got married. That's 2.5 years ago. Congratulations, man.
thank you, man. Thank you.
You online? Meet her online?
Yeah, we actually did.
You swept right, left?
It was Match, so it was on a computer.
Okay.
I'm very traditional.
Old school on a PC, not on a laptop.
I tried Tinder like before I met her, and I literally had it for like a day and a half, and I'm like, I can't figure this thing out.
No shit.
This is not for me.
No hits on Tinder.
I didn't know. I need to be able to work my verbal game a little bit.
Yeah, I'm old school like that too. It's like when I met my wife, same thing.
You got to at least be able to, schmooze with an email and some jokes or.
Oh yeah, humor, dude. Humor will take you for
necessary.
Absolutely. Oh fuck, I'm a huge fan of humor.
Oh, of course.
We went to. So my wife works at NJ Pack.
Okay.
Right. And I told her, I said, anytime there's comedy there, just give me a fucking ticket. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you know him or not. Just give me a ticket. And Tom Papa did his Netflix special there. It just came out.
We filmed it there?
We were there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet, but I saw it came out.
Oh, fuck. I don't know if you're a fan of him or not. He is fuck. God damn, dude. He is funny. That guy makes me laugh, man. And then... so
you got some good ticks down there.
Yeah.
You got some good...
Yeah.
Last guy I saw down there was probably a couple of years ago, Bill Burr.
Oh, I love Bill Burr.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah. You a Joe Rogan fan?
Yeah, I don't listen to his podcast that often,
right?
But I try to once in a while.
His comedy is great. I like his comedy. Yeah, he's
a straight shooter.
Yeah, he's full throttle. Yeah. First date or your wife? Sorry, it took me a second. So like email, like, hey.
Yeah, the
your profile needs matching, or your profile needs editing, but I won't say that.
Your grammar's horrible.
Oh God!
But at least you're adorable.
See, that's the advantage of meeting in person.
Yeah.
Because there's no way my wife would have had anything to do with me online because my grammar is horrible, and I can't spell. I'm the worst speller in the world.
So it would have been a deal breaker.
Oh yeah, she would have never. She'd be like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
But like you said, met her first time. Smoothed her a little bit. Threw out some jokes. 2 days later, we went on a date. Been together ever since.
And look at that.
Yeah. It's my charming personality.
It's something. I don't know what it is. I was going to say your money.
Well, I'm on a podcast, dude. There's no money here. So, where'd you get married? Right here in Jersey?
Yeah, in Jersey, but West Jersey. We rented out a barn out near like Pittstown, New Jersey.
Start with a P?
Pittstown.
No, the barn.
Barn.
The barn.
It was a barn. It was Sterling Brook Farms.
Don't know that one.
But it was nice, man, because it was the second time around for both of us.
Oh,
so it's not about blowing it out. It wasn't about inviting people you didn't like.
Right.
We had like 75, 80 people.
That's good size.
Nice and tight.
Yep.
And we did it there. We just rented out the barn, brought in some liquor, a DJ.
Who's your DJ?
Guy I went to grammar school with who does on the side. And I was like, dude, he did it for free. I offered him money, he wouldn't take it. Like, it was just a party.
That's all it is.
That's all it was. Just a party.
We were in that business for a while. And I tell people, it's just a party for your friends.
Yeah.
They're happy for you. You're getting married, but they don't give a shit. They're there to eat and dance. Mm-hmm. Just make sure the food is good and the entertainment's good. Fuck everything else.
Well, we got, because she's a photographer. She was doing more food at the time. So we just brought in 2 food trucks.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, Oink and Moo. So we had like barbecue there.
Oh, yeah.
And then we brought in a pizza food truck. So at dinner time, everybody went outside. Food trucks were there.
How easy is that?
It was beautiful.
And then a dance floor inside, music, dancing.
We danced and drank all night.
Honeymoon?
Bahamas.
I'm not familiar. Well, of course, I know the Bahamas, but I don't like.
It's a little island.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a short one because with the 2 kids, we couldn't be away for too long.
Okay.
And we had a good time. Nice.
You said she's a photographer?
Yeah.
Like full time and
full time now. Yeah.
Not freelancer. I guess own business and all that, or does she actually work for a company?
No, she runs her own business.
Oh, nice.
She started this whole trend or theme, I guess it's called, where mostly women. She does, it's called solography.
Solography.
And she'll take them into the woods or at the beach, spend a whole day together. She brings like makeup artists.
Just the woman? They're
just
like
one woman.
kind of like
Spends a whole day with them.
kind of like glamour shots on steroids.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, the glamour shots? Did you ever have a girlfriend do that?
No, I wanted to do it, but that would have been nice.
You didn't? No, you never did.
No, we did. We had one family photo at the mall, which looks like a glamour shot.
Yeah,
but
those are.
It's horrible. I had like half a mullet at the time. It's an embarrassing
mullet.
photo.
Did you? What? How old were you?
7th grade, maybe.
You had a mullet in 7th grade?
I tried, but it wasn't coming too far down the back.
Oh, okay.
But it would stick up straight in the front.
Now,
So
did you?
It was awkward.
Did you run that for a couple years? Try to grow it out?
No, once I saw the picture of myself, then I'm like,
Gone.
dude, this has got to change.
So your J.C. Penney family photo,
Yeah.
You're like, my life, I have to change.
Yeah, my mom still has it hanging, and I'm just like, oh.
Did she really? How,
Yeah.
So that was what? God, 30 years ago?
30 years ago, at least 31 years ago.
And faded or anything?
No,
High-
God forbid.
High quality of J.C. Penney.
She still has it hanging.
Was that like in the sporting goods section or like between golf and menswear and all that?
Like you walk down behind the TVs, and then there was this little room. And I remember because I'm the youngest of 4, and so it was like our gift to my mom at the time.
Okay.
Before Christmas, we all went and got her. It's the last time I think all 4 of us took a picture together.
Now, it's over by the photo department, right? Where you turn in your rolls of film and
The rolls.
come back 24 hours later and
And you hope it's yours and not somebody else's.
you're like, who the fuck? She's not blonde. My wife is not blonde.
Yeah, I'm going to keep these, but still.
Yeah.
I like to get my photos.
Or like you always hear those stories of people that work there, the real good ones that make duplicates and just put it in the drawer over here to the right.
The one time I missed it was those little small, like mini photo mats that were like in the middle of parking lots, like that you see in movies.
No shit. What were they yellow and say Kodak on them and all that?
Yeah.
No
you,
shit.
You could drive up, but I only saw them in movies. I never saw them around here.
So like you would put the roll of film in it and they'd spit
Well, there'd
out.
be like a little person in there.
Oh, see, the only thing I ever saw like that in real life is the key ones, where you go get a key made.
Yeah, they used to have those for like Photomat and
No shit.
Kodak
Imagine
and
being
stuff.
that dude sitting in that fucking
yeah.
thing.
I remember
The shady people that bring photos there
just some guy sitting alone in a little booth in the parking lot.
with no social media. So
Right.
was he reading a book probably?
I guess people used to read. I don't know. He had a newspaper
Read.
subscription
Read? What's that?
back in the day.
What, 10 years ago?
My kids look at me nuts because I still like to read books.
Oh, yeah, if you look. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we read. It's just, there's something about holding on to a book.
Yeah.
You know, like your phone, you sit here, hold it like that, but you crack a book and when the page turns, it cracks and you can smell it. I don't know. I like that. I'm an old
No, I
school
love
guy.
books. I was an English major for a couple years.
No shit, huh?
Yeah, I was really looking to become a writer for a long time.
Really? What books, what topics interest you? Like, what were you going to write? What would you want to write?
Well, I'm kind of working on some stuff now.
Nice.
I wrote a couple screenplays. One isn't, I don't want to say production. I'm trying to get it made.
Okay.
And 2 other screenplays are like in the middle right now, where I just, a couple more months of editing, I can
So is
maybe
it,
shoot it out there.
so going back to the cooking and comedy show, were you involved in the writing in that as well?
Yeah, mostly.
Oh, so cool. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. All that
Yeah.
shit, we were all hanging out and I never knew that.
Yeah, because I always love writing, and I think, and I'm kind of working on a book for law enforcement right now. We're helping,
Okay.
a buddy of
Yeah,
mine
sure.
wrote it, and I'm actually editing it. We're hoping to put that out later this year.
What's like the gist of that?
Basically, understanding like constitutional law for police officers.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay. Like a
understanding,
guide almost? Or?
yeah, almost like a guide. Understanding when you can search, when you can't search a car.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What it takes to get a warrant in certain cases.
Okay. So they
like-
could be like, they could reference it if they had
Yeah.
a question kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, I mean, for police officers, it's necessary.
I wouldn't need to read that.
No,
Yeah.
unless you're looking to travel with drugs and you want to know when,
I don't know what you're talking
when
about.
police officers can't search you. So I'll send you a copy of that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Just
saying.
sign it when you're done.
Yeah, so I'm really into the writing.
That's awesome, man. I never knew that. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite to read? What genre?
I'll be honest, I've not read fiction in years. I like books, nonfiction books, anything about motivation, business, leadership.
Oh, okay.
I devour
Oh,
those
yeah?
kind of books. Yeah, I really like
Now,
those.
what about like podcasts and the same? Do you listen to? There's there's
I
fucking
don't.
unbelievable amount of them.
There really is. I rarely listen to podcasts.
Oh yeah, what do you listen to? On do you get? First of all, do you get a lot of time in front of the?
No, I mean
Radio
in my car, but I mostly listen to 80s.
Oh, okay.
The 80s, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Yacht Rock is the channel on Pandora.
Yacht
a lot of
Rock?
Christopher Cross, Michael McDonald. Yeah,
That's
because it
awesome.
suits me.
Oh, okay. Calms you down, especially in
Yeah.
Jersey traffic, right?
You have to.
Yeah.
Because I used to listen to sports radio every day,
Oh God, that's
and it aggravates me.
yeah. That's why.
Excuse me.
That's why I can't listen to the radio because to me it's the same shit over and over
Yep.
again. Every 10 minutes, the same thing, and I can get why they do it. I totally understand why they do it. I don't think I've listened to the radio 5 or 6 years. As soon as I get in my truck,
Yeah.
my Bluetooth attaches, and it's either oh yeah, technical difficulty.
Sorry.
Son of a bitch. See, this is the.
All right, let's
There
start
we
from
go.
the beginning.
There we go. So yeah.
Hey, welcome,
how are
welcome
you?
to the kitchen. It's been a while.
It attaches to my phone, and it's either an Audible book or a podcast. And I jump from my Audible books are all fiction. I love post-apocalyptic crazy shit.
Nice.
Yeah. My favorite author is Mark Tufo, and he goes off the deep end, dude. And he
Oh, yeah.
does such a good job. I'm working really hard to get him on. He agreed to be on the show.
Wow.
So
Be your second most favorite guest.
that's it, right?
Yeah, after me.
Joe. Well, no, I would say
me.
Joe. He,
Damn it.
damn it. But and then the podcasts are like motivation stuff and just entertainment. Just I spend so much time driving. Like in Newark or Jersey City, you Google something, it's a mile and a half away. It's fucking 35 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
You
of
know?
course.
So you're just sitting in traffic. So it's
Yeah, I don't blame you. If I was driving more, like I'm in the office now during the day.
okay.
So I commute to work, and then besides the rest of the day, in the office, man, pushing papers.
Yeah. You like that, or would you rather be out on the street?
I like the hours because I'm a normal human being now. I'm 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Married, got a white
Yeah.
picket fence, 2.5 kids, a car.
But then, and I have the night job, so I need my nights free for comedy.
Yeah. How many? So going back to that, how many times you performing nowadays? Like a week or a month, I should say.
Yeah, I mean,
You got your
since-
regular gig, right?
I got my regular gig. Since I got married, I'm like 10 shows a month, 10 to 15.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right around this area too.
Yeah. I used to run a monthly show in West Orange.
Was that Tierney's?
Tierney's in Montclair. I'm going to
Or
be
Tier-
there in a couple weeks. I'll remind you.
Yeah.
I'll send you a thing.
We came in. My wife and I came and saw you
Yeah,
guys.
that's where.
a
Yeah.
while back there.
Yeah, so I'll be back there about a month. And yeah, I run shows in West Orange constantly. I still go to Clark and Grantford. Where in 2 days we're back at Crossroads, me and Joe.
Oh, you still going down there? Is Lee
Yeah.
still
Yeah, that maniac.
still live upstairs?
We're not there so often, but it's like a fundraiser this Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sunday. Yeah, as far as I know. Still living in the attic.
Yeah.
Doing
That
this
crazy
thing.
motherfucker.
Doing this thing.
Jesus Christ.
Living a dream, I guess you could
It's
say.
very entertaining knowing that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a character.
What's big plans for the comedy show? Like what are you working on? If there's something you want, like a bigger outlay timeline.
Yeah, I mean, Joe and I would keep expanding the show. For those listening, we do like a Whose Line Is in Any Way type improv show, and it's a 2-man act. We're starting to get booked in bigger places. Like I said, we do Atlantic City twice a year, just us. We're up in Vermont. We're up during the summer in Ocean City, Maryland. Stanhope House. We're at
Oh, nice. Yeah.
3-4 times a year recurring there. We want to get to the point, we do a lot of fundraisers, benefit shows, which are awesome. They're fun.
Yeah, sure.
They're a lot of fun.
Because people are there now. That's people there to have a good time.
They're there to have fun.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
And most of the crowd knows each other. And if you take someone on stage and make fun of them, people go crazy.
Yeah, just nuts.
Yeah.
You ever been to Bananas?
Yeah.
We went. We were sitting here one Saturday afternoon, like, what do you want to do tonight? Comedy sounds fun. Google it. Bananas. Boop.
There you go.
It was really good.
Jersey's got a good scene.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some big clubs. We are across from New York. I mean, you could practically see it from your house.
Yeah. Just jump over.
Yeah.
They're back, right? Do you go to New York a lot?
I used to.
Just a pain in the ass or what?
That's a negative with being married with the kids. Like,
oh, okay.
When I started the career, 10, 11 years ago, I was over there 4 or 5 nights a week. It was because if I got home at 2 a.m, who cares?
Yeah, right.
But
your wife would be.
Yeah. She's patient, but not that patient.
Right. Well, she knew she was marrying a comedian, right?
She is, and she's cool with stuff. But I also don't want to be like, I love the kids. We have a great relationship. I don't want to be a guy coming home at 2 a.m. all the time.
That's true. Yeah. Where's Dad? Oh, he's working.
Yeah.
What's he do? Makes people laugh. What?
I got to go to. Sometimes I tell them I got to work tonight. They're like, "No, you don't. You have a show."
There's a difference.
Like, that is hard work. I'm making money for the family.
What I was thinking about tonight's show today, do you, where do you get a lot of your jokes? Do you, dedicate a certain time, you sit down at night and just, write and, have a spot or, whatever comes and you fucking just jump on your phone and take notes or, what's your inspiration or?
Yeah, it really, I haven't sat down and written a joke in a long time. They have to come to me. They come to me in conversation. A lot of times they'll come in conversation with the wife and, we're busting chops back and forth and I'll say a line. I'll literally look at her and go, wait a second. And she knows exactly what I'm doing. Write it down.
Yeah. But isn't most comedy, that's your life. You're talking about your life, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most of my stuff now is about being married, having stepkids, how my life has changed in the past 5 years from being fun, drunk uncle to the guy with all the responsibilities now.
Yeah, sure.
And it's different.
Yeah, that's a 180.
Oof. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, so a lot of my stuff is just right there. It's through conversation where I'll say something funny. I'm like, all right, that was a punchline. Now I just got to write the setup and
sure, you get a piece of it and then you build around it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you do a solo act as well?
Yes. Yeah.
So your Thursday night gig, your monthly gig.
Those are all stand-up. That's just me doing my solo.
Okay. And how many, if we went to see that show, how many people, are you the headliner and then you have a couple guys come up or ladies come up?
Yeah, each show's different. Normally, tomorrow night I'm on a show, there's 6 of us. We'll all do 15 minutes each.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a long time too, isn't it?
It is, unless it's fun.
Yeah.
And then 15 minutes goes so fast, you're like, damn it.
I got so much more to talk about.
But I'll do anywhere from 15 minutes to a half hour on my own. Occasionally I'll do 45 minutes, once in a while.
So if you're the headliner and you're on for 15 minutes, if you go to half an hour, that's...
Yeah, it's all up to you. Once you're the headliner, you do what you want.
Yeah.
You feel out the show.
That's cool. When's the last time you fucking bombed?
Gosh, it wasn't long ago at all. It was in Atlantic City about a month ago.
Just couldn't get anything going?
Yeah, it was tough, man. The audience, and you hate to blame the audience and I'm never a guy, if I have a bad show, it was me. I didn't go with enough energy.
Right.
I'm very self-aware.
Right.
Some comedians, everyone can do great, they do bad, and they'll be like, that audience sucked. You're like, no, dude, you sucked. But it was a bad night, and I couldn't get anything going. But the crowds down there, they're usually from different parts of the country. Some of them aren't so smart.
Well, do you find that more material you can pick from when it's a variety of people in the crowd? So I've seen comics come up and be like, all right, let me survey the crowd really quick. And they I imagine they're looking to see you
Yeah, you're feeling them out.
Yeah.
You're feeling them out. And I'm usually pretty good at this. And nothing I was throwing out there worked.
Nothing.
Because some of my jokes are smarter and
sure.
intelligent. You know if an audience is going to go along for a ride with you. And then sometimes they're dumb, so you just use...
5th grade humor.
Yes. And I can do that
jokes,
too.
Shit jokes and...
And they were staring at me when I was doing those, and I'm like, "You don't get nothing."
What the fuck?
And they were tough. They were tough all night. It shakes you. It's probably
right.
the worst I've done on stage in 7 years, 8 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just a reality check at that point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it
You're
was.
like, whew, I still need to get back to the pen.
Yeah. And then the next night you could do the same material and
just kill it.
It can go great.
Now, did you admit that you were bombing? Are you one of those guys that like,
No.
I'm just fucking doing terrible up here. You guys are killing me, that kind of thing?
Yeah,
You
no, I
never-
don't like to blame them.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, you start busting their chops a little more.
Sure.
Because they're not laughing at the jokes you want them to laugh at. But I never believed in blaming, even to their face. Never, well, you're not getting these jokes. Everyone laughed last night.
Oh, yeah. This must be you, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Nah.
No, but I mean, you do acknowledge if you say something and there's silence, there's
You're
always,
like, that was funny, people.
like,
Come on.
oof.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
One of my all-time favorite comedians, Rodney Carrington.
Mm-hmm.
I like his humor. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I love it. He'll be like, "These are the jokes, people. You can fucking laugh, or we got 90 minutes of this stuff, so whatever.
Yep.
60 minutes of this stuff." So I like when people do that once in a while.
Yeah, no, and it's okay to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
There's a way of acknowledging it without blaming them. And
Right.
The way he did it was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, this is it, people. You're
And when we were down at the Atlantic Comedy Club, again, very well run. We walked in, the comedians were great. And there was this group of ladies, there was a national cheerleading competition in for the weekend.
Oh.
And there was these ladies behind us, just wouldn't shut the fuck up. They were talking like the show wasn't even going on, right? And every single comedian, and the improv that they did was great because they're like, yeah, there's a bunch of things you don't do. Run out in front of a car, poop in the street, talk during a comedy show, do this, and they'd like pop it in there, and also the women would be silent for like a split second. They're like,
second.
They'd
That's
like
it.
look at. I could feel them looking at because they're behind us. I could feel them like looking at the comedian, and he wouldn't look at him. He's just like spitting it out and. Just little things like that. And I just thought that was really intelligent. And to me, that shows experience and somebody they've done that before. They've been on the stage a lot.
Yeah, you could tell new people, that's the first thing. They don't know how to handle any kind of shift, whether it's people talking, whether it's, a waiter dropping a tray or forgetting a joke.
Right,
and
right.
You can read their body language when they panic.
Yeah. They're over at Bananas, the very first guy opening up. I want to say the MC, the guy, I guess. The
host, MC.
Yeah. He was
everything.
fucking great. The dude was funnier than hell. But then the first act, he was hurting, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bombed pretty bad. But he took it well. And he brought out he tried to recover, and it just made it worse. And I feel for him, but I was like, I give him a lot of credit for being up there and doing it. Because I wouldn't have the balls to get up there and do that. So you guys getting up there and just taking a chance.
It's tough. And when things are going bad, and you have to be professional, you can't just say, all right, I'm done and walk off. Like, if you're supposed to be up there for 15 minutes or 12 minutes.
It's 6 minutes. You can't be like, fuck this and leave.
No, you're never getting booked again.
Yeah.
Anywhere. I mean, that's one of the cardinal rules of what not to do.
And that's probably a pretty small circle.
Yeah.
So that word spreads pretty fast and
real quick.
What's that, like a black book or something? You get blacklisted quick.
It gets out there, man. We know, because I'll run shows too, especially fundraising benefits where, we'll pay someone to come open for us or host for us. And, if you don't do a good job once,
I ain't calling you again.
And it's not even, like you said, missing with jokes, because that's hit or miss. It's how you handle it.
Right. When you first started, were you just fucking horrible?
Looking back, a lot of my jokes, I'm like, oh.
People laughed at that?
I'm like, oof. Yeah, I mean, I was always pretty confident on stage, so I can say I never blew it that way. But yeah, the jokes and the timing.
I think timing and cadence.
Yeah.
That's got to be spot on. And you can tell somebody's been doing it for a while.
Yep.
Like obviously Tom Papa's been doing it for fucking, 30 years or some, forever. But just watching, because of course we were in the crowd when it was being taped, but seeing it on TV, his head's as big as a TV, so you can see his facial expressions.
Yep.
Dude, class act. It's just so much fun watching him. You know, his face.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm a huge comedy fan.
Yeah, and that's the difference in, guys like him that are just consummate pros.
Yeah.
It's everything. They've chosen every word they're going to say on stage, and how they're going to deliver it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, is that's an hour, and he's not looking at any notes.
No.
Whew. I'm like, God, man, I'd forget half my shit.
He's done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we remember our stuff. I mean, that's a key, too.
But it's repetitive, right? You got like your A and B and C material, I imagine, right?
But you try to get a little better every night. And when you get to a level where you're recording hour shows, I mean, he's done that hour. I can't tell you how many times before.
And do you think he breaks it down like as he's practicing? Yeah. Okay, here's the first 15 minutes, whatever, right? Okay, I'm going to practice the shit out of that. And then I'll practice the next 15, put the half hour together, and he's probably done that, like you said, 100 times before he did that show. Yeah,
and without even seeing it, let's say it was 60 minutes long, those are probably 6 10-minute bits interwoven together.
Yeah, Oh, yeah, because he'll talk about, I can't even remember, but he'll talk about a glass of water, and then he talks about the pen, and then he talks about the cat, and it just...
Yeah, you do one at a time. That's the way to memorize them and make them work.
Just weave them together.
Eventually it makes sense as one big story.
Now, do you do that in like a 15-minute set? Do you have like 2-minute little pieces that you put together?
Yeah, depending. Like I have some, we call them bits. Some bits are like 8 to 10 minutes long. I have an entire bit on the movie Titanic, which is about 8 minutes long.
Does it fucking sink at the end like the show?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's horrible.
I hate Rose. That's basically the gist of my whole act.
You don't. So my wife and I, Valerie, took part of our honeymoon was taking the Queen Mary 2 from England to the U.S. And it takes the same
route.
Dude, the fucking jokes I heard for 6 months leading up to that. I was like, all right, dude.
You're like, enough.
I got it, man. I got it. And then people are like, did you do the thing on the front of the boat? And I was like, actually, we did go and look.
Yeah, we had to, but still.
But they wouldn't let you you couldn't get to the bow.
No boat
for safety reasons.
It's for your safety.
Yeah. Imagine falling off that. You'd be gone.
That's a lawsuit.
Yeah. Oh, shit, they'd never find you. That's all. That thing travels at 38 knots.
Yeah, it's flying.
That's a big piece of metal flying through the water at 38 knots. Like you hold your hand out and you're like, what the?
Yeah. You don't even notice when you're on it.
Yeah.
Just cruising.
Yeah. Wife and you cruise? You ever take a cruise ship?
I have. We haven't together.
Oh, when you do comedy on a cruise ship, you ever do that?
I will. It's like a whole circuit you got to get into, and I can't get the time off of work.
Because you got to go for like a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, you're either on like a 2-week rotation or a 3-week rotation here. Like they're not going to book you just to do one,
right?
1 week a year. And unfortunately, I can't make those kind of commitments yet.
Now, is that something that interests you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard. I got a magician friend down in Florida. He said it's horrible. It's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, for my field, like if you want to be a comedian. Unless you're Tom Papa, you're not making money.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
So that's where a few people I know who are making decent money. It's because they're doing a lot of cruises.
Oh, really? Good money in that?
Especially compared to, just doing bananas
for fucking
around
$30 and
yeah. But that's a goal, like because I'm about 5 years from retirement from my day job, and if Joe and I have this awesome, if we can start doing cruises.
Oh, yeah. Or just travel,
nice hit.
like do a tour, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're big enough to where you could probably pull out a tour right now, couldn't you?
Yeah, if we had the time, we definitely could. Yeah. Like I said, we'll go to Vermont for a long weekend, Ocean City during the summer. Like, we got these little things lined up.
Yeah.
It's about commitment.
Yeah.
And we can only commit so far.
Yeah, and the work, too, right? Yeah.
When you have a day job that's paying your mortgage, there's only so many days you can take off to...
Well, this is why I got to do this at night.
Go tell jokes. Yeah.
But it's fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just, you kill a set, and you come off and there's nothing like it.
There's no greater feeling.
No.
It's the ultimate high.
Yeah, there can't be.
It's your adrenaline's through the roof, your ego's through the roof. It's just you're on cloud 9.
And then your next set, you're in the fucking gutter.
And that's it.
Swings,
why
baby.
do I do this? Why do I do this?
Fuck this, I quit.
I could be home just watching TV on the couch.
No, that's awesome. So could you put an hour show together right now?
Yeah.
Could you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever do we saw a guy and I thought it was pretty cool how he did it. It was at Bananas and he was a headliner. And he had a piece of paper. He's like, I'm going to try some new jokes on you. He was, I'll have my I'll have my solid material for you too, but I'm going to try out some good. And he would try them. He's like, ooh, no, we're not going to do that one. And he's like, oh yeah, we'll keep that one. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
For him to try out and like announce, hey, I'm trying out new material. Have you ever done that? Like, how do you try out your new material? Yeah.
For us, I'll throw it into the middle of a bigger set. If I'm doing a 15-minute set, and
get them all warmed up and then throw it in there.
Because naturally, you want to end with your best. You want to start with your second best, and everything in the middle is supposed to make sense.
Okay.
So you wouldn't start or end with brand new jokes anyway. So you're going to hide them somewhere in the middle, especially if you have the audience and they're laughing consistently. You throw it out there.
And see if it kills it or not.
If it works, boom, that's in the set
I just
forever.
flatten the room.
If it sucks, you got to have something in your back pocket to get them right back. Right?
Yeah. Now, did you do any schooling or anything with comedy, or you just said fuck it and just started doing open mics and learn
I
that
did
way?
go to a class in the city for stand-up. It was a 6-week class. You go for an hour, you tell a couple of jokes with 20 other people, and you get feedback from, the instructor.
Do you think that helped you?
It helped a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it was a difference maker.
Oh, okay.
Is
that when you first started?
When I started improv first. So I went to a dramatic arts school in Bloomfield just to learn improv on a whim.
Is improv the yes and?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the yes and stuff. Kind of just, I always loved comedy. I never thought I would really do it.
Okay.
And then kind of had one of those horrible years, got divorced, my dad passed away, and I was just looking for like something different. And my New Year's resolution was to try something different, found a class, signed up, and then just never looked back.
That's awesome, dude.
Had fun with it. I eventually met Joe. We were both on the house improv team there.
Oh, okay.
A couple months later, I was like, now I want to try stand-up.
That's awesome. And then how did you start with stand-up? You just went into, started like doing open...
Yeah, well, I went to that class in the city, and it ends, it's 6 weeks, and then it ends with a show at a major club. And it was called Comics at the time. Now it's called something else. But it was huge. It's like a 300-seat room. And first
it's
show...
Full. I imagine it's full because everybody invites everybody. Yeah.
I brought 25 people thinking I was going to be famous. Looking back, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan was on the show. Like,
oh, wow.
You feel like a superstar.
Yeah.
I've never done jokes in public before, and I'm going up after Jim Gaffigan.
Man, he was just getting started then?
No,
I was going to say he was...
They just stopped, like him, Seinfeld, guys like that.
They would just stop in?
They just stop in.
Oh, okay.
There's 300 people for them. They'll come out, try 10, 15 minutes of brand new stuff, and that's how they work out new stuff.
Sure,
because people are going to laugh at them no matter what they say.
Yeah.
But they need a new audience, and they'll go like, all right. He was working on like a McDonald's bit.
Yeah, he's a funny dude too.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started doing that, and then I was hooked, and doing open mics in the city, turned into shows at New York Comedy Club and Gotham and Broadway, and I was hustling for a while.
Nice. Well, I think you got to do that, right?
Yeah.
So you were living in Jersey, and would you have something scheduled in New York, or you would just pick out 4 clubs that had open mic and you just hit them?
When I first started, I would just go to those mics at those clubs. Because there would be a website telling you who's got the open mic that day.
Right.
You run over and try to hit as many as you can.
In one night, you just bang, bang,
you'd
bang.
Hit 3, at least 3, if not 4. If you want to stay for a late mic, 5. And you
That's
keep
a
doing
long
that.
night.
Yeah. But it's exciting when you start.
Yeah.
You run around the city thinking you're Jerry Seinfeld. Doing open mic spots with other unfunny people.
Did you see both sides of that? not funny at all and really funny people?
I still do. There's
that's
some unfunny people that get into comedy somehow.
And they just think they're funny because their
Yeah.
mom told them they're funny, kind of thing.
I don't think anyone ever told them they're funny.
They just got
just
in their
do
head
it.
that they're funny.
Yeah.
I consider myself a funny guy.
You're
but
funny, Walt.
I would not fucking get on stage and tell jokes.
It's a different beast, man.
Yeah. No, I applaud all you guys for that. I mean, I think that's amazing that you do that. Like, I don't know how. I guess it's different if I'm speaking in public. That's a
Yeah.
total different animal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I don't mind getting on stage and like talking about something like
Right.
or like telling a story, right? But I guess telling stories entertaining.
Well,
a
story
crowd.
is entertaining. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
See, the easiest thing for me is now comedy's easy, but to get up and talk about something not expecting laughs. Whether you're, because sometimes I'll do adjunct professor stuff and, I'll go talk about law enforcement or, I'll speak at some event. If no one laughs, it's not a mark on me. If
I see.
when you get up there telling jokes and people don't laugh, it's like someone kicked you right in the nuts
Yeah, I can imagine.
and just ripped out your little heart.
Yeah, because they paid to come see you.
Yeah.
And now they're not laughing.
Yeah. And they want to laugh and they're just not. You didn't even give them enough to make them pretend to laugh.
They came here to laugh, and you can't even get a fake chuckle.
You got
out of
nothing.
It. Oh,
So, there's nothing worse. I've done some acting and, if I'm in a play and I stink, I'm not going to find out till afterwards when people go, don't give you eye contact when they shake your hand.
yeah,
You're
that's a positive.
But you stink as a comedian, right then and there.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Heckler, you ever have to deal with them?
Sometimes. I don't really get them too bad, though. I've seen them a lot worse for other people.
And then you just shut them down if you...
Yeah, but women are the worst, hands down. Men don't.
As a heckler?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could see it. Drunk woman?
Yeah.
Oh, I could see that.
Women own the world, so...
Oh, of course they do.
Groups of women...
That's not a complaint. I know they own the world.
You can call them out. They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll just talk right. They'll act like the whole show is an inconvenience to them. Like they want to catch up with their best friend.
Oh, well, it's like them ladies behind me.
Yeah.
In that one show. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm usually pretty good with hecklers. I never got it from guys. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy, so I don't think people see me as somebody they want to insult.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Not that I'm intimidating, but like I'm not a goofball and then with
you don't weigh 90 pounds.
Right, yeah, I don't look like a dweeb. And then the women, I usually I'll try to joke with them if they're getting rowdy. And then you try to get them back that way.
Yeah, bring them around. Now, with your now wife, did she think it would be fun to date a comedian? Like, hey, you're going to entertain me?
I think so.
Did that conversation ever come up?
I think so. Yeah.
She never said, like, I thought it'd be fun to date a comedian.
Yeah, because when she came to my first show that she saw, we were dating like 2 months at the time already, and she was all smiles, and we dragged her onto the stage to do a game.
Oh,
with
you
us.
and Joe did?
Yeah.
She
hates it. She hates being on stage.
Did you tell her you're going to bring her on stage?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I promised her we wouldn't.
And of course you bring her.
But yeah. But she's such a clown. Like she loves the constant joking. She loves
She's
watching
a yes
the
to life,
shows.
huh?
Yeah.
Well, being a photographer like that, she's got to be pretty powerful too, like a powerful presence to make women feel comfortable to get out there and do all that.
Yeah, she's got a great way with people.
Yeah.
They love her. Like whoever does photo shoots with her, because she's also a little psychic, so she like talks to them about their lives and their
sure,
their
Bond
different
and rapport.
auras.
Yeah, women like that.
I just nod.
Yeah.
She starts telling me. I just nod.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
I'm the other end of the spectrum. I'm very scientific and reason and logic based.
Oh yeah. So when you tell like a smart joke, you tend to be up in the higher IQ with the jokes.
Yeah, I mean,
you like those jokes, or is that just natural for you?
Some of them I like, but I prefer to be likable on stage, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to seem like I'm talking above the crowd.
Oh yeah,
I want to seem like I'm talking with them,
having
like
a conversation almost, right?
Yeah. And if I feel like I'm going too high above them,
Bring them back down.
Yeah, where I'm losing some of them.
Right.
I'd rather be on everyone's level.
Yeah. To where everybody can understand it, right?
Yeah.
One of the shows we saw, guy, I'm going to assume he took a minute and wrote this joke. But the way he fucking delivered it, and it was that dude with the paper, and we all just bust out laughing. He said, "Oh yeah, it's Keeper." But the punchline was amazing because it was like he you know how you set him up, right? And just his whole thing with a tomato being a fruit, and he's like, technically it's a fruit, but if you cut it up and throw it in a fruit salad, it just fucks everything up.
Yeah.
I'm like slapping my knee and just, oh my God.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, I wonder if he like wrote that. I thought about that after, because like a magic show, I don't try to figure out the trick.
Right.
I just enjoy it for what it is. And I had a magician on, and he did some crazy shit. He didn't do it on the show because it's kind of tough on this, you know.
This is radio.
Yeah, radio.
People can't see it.
Right. But after, he did some, like that card. So I thought it was a standard trick to where he's like, pick a card. I'm like, okay, most people pick like Ace of Spades and, you know, the bigger cards, right? So you might be able to figure that out. But I'm like, all right, so 7 of Spades. He's like, 7 of fucking had my name on it. And I never met the guy before in my life. Like, he was introduced to me, and he's like, I'd love to come on. I'm like, it'd be great, come on down.
Yeah.
And he's fucking...
It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic, right?
It's
and
magic.
I don't try to figure that shit out. It's just,
No.
I was like, oh my God, that was cool, right? So like a joke when I'm there, but if that really impacts me like that one, I'm like, wonder if he actually like
Yeah.
inspired with that, or like you said, like tomato's not a fruit and then built around it, or tomato is a fruit,
Right.
and then built around it, right?
I think that's what a lot, everyone's got a different process, but I think that's what a lot of us do. Like we say something and people around us laugh and we're like, all right,
I could build
there's something there.
Yeah.
Now how do I deliver it?
Right. And build
that's
it
the
into
key.
a 5-minute
Right.
story, joke.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys, so I generally categorize comedians into 2 categories. So the ones that tell a story for 10 minutes and it's got a punchline. Mm-hmm. And then the extreme, of course, is Rodney Dangerfield, where it's like pow, 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 pow,
yeah.
pow, pow. There's not a lot of guys like that or ladies like that anymore. I don't see them anyway. But
Not as much.
kind of like fast shooting jokes.
Right.
Right? Instead of like a story and then like this one guy from Africa, my wife hooked me up. We were watching him or listening to him. And he told this story and I was just like, I thought this was a comedy show, not a storytelling, you know?
Right.
It's like that's what it started to feel like. And he did this super intelligent punchline at the end. My wife didn't even get it. And she's extremely intelligent. I about fucking fell out of my chair laughing. Just because the way he delivered it and just nonchalantly, boop, punchline. Just like in regular conversation, I was like, what?
There it is.
There it is. And it was amazing, right? So, but I'm more of the fan of, do you feel that fair roughly categorizing those?
It's roughly, but I think it's extremes, and I think most people bounce between them.
I was going to ask you, are you in between that, or like you go back and forth?
I lean more towards joke.
Okay. Throwing fastballs out and just...
Yeah. We call it setup, punchline, joke. Setup, punchline, setup, punchline.
Okay.
A lot. And if you do that right, there should be a theme going through your set anyway.
With all the setup, punchline, joke,
Yeah.
there should be an overlying theme.
Yeah, and if you're really good at it, it's a story in itself.
Sure.
So if I have 10 jokes about being married, like they start off
Only 10?
Well, let's say there's hours. You start off vague, or you start off how you met, and then you have a character arc in your jokes. So by the end, people understand my journey either through the marriage or through a specific situation
Right.
in the marriage. If you're doing it well.
Now, do you cap it? I like it too when comedians cap it with a joke that they said. Do you
The
do that?
callback. The callback.
Is that what they call it? A
Yeah.
callback? I love those, man.
I don't do it enough because they're so great.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're awesome. So you try. If you got a good callback, it's a great way to end this.
Oh, I love them when they do that. I
really
guess there's
is.
not as many as I think. Maybe they're just so impactful when I think there are more of them.
Yeah. Well, I'll have some callbacks as if my final joke doesn't work, then I'll throw something out. Then I'll reference a joke I did earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So a lot
to
of
try
us
to
have,
finish on a high note, right?
So a lot of us have different. We don't always end our set the same exact way. If a joke works really well, that's it. I'm ended on that joke.
Yeah, sure. Do you get off the stage sometime and be like, fuck, I should have ended it 2 jokes ago?
I try not to. I'm pretty good at knowing. I had a comedian who was doing it a few years before me who gave me some tips right off the bat. And she said, leave.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm going to interrupt you. How many people listening, you identified her as a she, she.
Right.
But when you first said, I had a comedian give me advice right off the bat, I wonder how many people identified that as a he.
I did. Sure.
I did. Yeah. I was like, okay, what's his name? And then you're like, she, and I'm like, what?
You're like, wait, you said it was a comedian.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just thought that was
it's true. That's a whole different world. Women in comedy. But she gave me some great advice. And she's like, leave on the laugh. She goes, don't try to drag it out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's something you see with a lot of newer comics, though.
They want to chase that high, right?
They keep chasing. And if you're supposed to do a 10-minute set, and at 9 minutes 40 seconds you get a laugh,
drop it and walk.
Thank you. That's
See
it.
Ya.
Thank you. And then I see these. They keep trying, and I'm like, you got your laugh.
Yeah,
that's what you're going for.
Yeah,
that's what people are going to remember. They remembered you saying 4 more jokes that didn't work.
Yeah.
So that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. If I was watching you guys you like that?
Yeah, she's waving at me.
Yeah, that's King. Well, it's Thelma and Louise, and that's Louise up there. She lives up there. I found that for free. Somebody in the apartment building was getting rid of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like a whole castle.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
For cats.
They love it. But if I was watching say it's different when you watch it on TV because they edit and all that. But if we were at a show, one, I really don't pay attention to how long they're there.
Right.
Right, because I'm engulfed
and you
in
should.
the show. Right.
If they're doing it correctly, you shouldn't know.
If I'm sitting here looking at my watch, you're not doing something right.
Oh, yeah.
But if, say I knew they were going till 9 o'clock, and a few minutes before, we have this bust out fucking laughter joke, he's like, thanks, good night. And he leaves, and I look, and it's like 3 minutes to 9. I'm not bitching about it.
No.
One, I'm probably not even paying attention because I'm fucking laughing. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, the producer of the show, no one should know. No one should be able to recognize when your time, when your time was supposed to be up or not up.
Now, if you're on the stage, is somebody in the back of the room, with a clock, or is there a digital clock running? So.
Yeah, usually the bigger clubs will actually have a spotlight in the back. So you got the main spotlight, but all of a sudden you'll see a red spotlight in the corner.
Okay.
And that will either mean you have a minute left.
Whatever's prearranged.
3
right?
minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Based on, if you're doing a 45-minute set, they'll tell you when you got 5 minutes left. And professionals know what 5 minutes feels like.
Yeah.
We know.
Man, you think 45 minutes, to me, that would be fucking eternity.
It's long.
That's a long time to be up there to hold a crowd.
Well, when Joe and I do our show together, we've been on stage up to 2 hours.
No shit.
Just me and him. But you got to remember, we're making everything up as we go along.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's 2 hours flew, too.
Really? That's awesome. That's got to be a great feeling.
It is. That's one of those high nights.
Yeah. When you travel, say your wife, what's your wife's name, by the way?
Oh, Danny.
Danny? When you and Danny travel, do you look for a open mic just to go test some local culture?
Sometimes. When I travel on my own, I do. Because I'll travel for my day job. I'll go to a conference in St. Louis and
you'll hit an open mic.
I'll hit open mics. I'll reach out to people in St. Louis, try to do some, small shows.
That's got to be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, I went to Dallas for work convention. Did a couple shows down there at one of their clubs. So
that's got to be cool.
You make it work for you.
Yeah. You get paid too, $30?
A little bit, yeah. But at that point, you're listen, give me a couple free drinks and
I'm good.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we go away. I'll try to, if it fits in the schedule.
Yeah. That's the same thing with my poker games. If it fits, great. If it doesn't, great. I'm there to spend time with my wife.
Exactly. I'm not going to ruin a vacation, so I can get a car and drive an hour away.
Yeah.
But I mean, she'd be cool with it too.
She'd go along with you, right?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm saying, if I tell her, I got a show this night, she's down. When we go down the shore for a week with the kids, like I'll do a couple shows down there.
Right.
But it's different. I'll grab a babysitter and we'll make that our night out.
Right. Because the other thing too is you're on stage for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you got the whole night.
Yeah, the rest of the night
that's just a little piece of your night.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of fun then because it's not taking up like 4 hours of your night.
No.
Like when I play cards, man, if I can't carve out at least 3 or 4 hours, I'm not going to go waste my time sitting there. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not the same.
Yeah. That's kind of fun. So what's next with you?
Just got a bunch of shows coming up. We try to promote on Facebook and all that. A lot of good shows coming up. I'm trying to think. And going into the spring, just trying to keep busy with it.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, we're just going to try to hit the shore a lot more. Hit a couple spots along the Jersey Shore.
That's just people down. I mean, now it's just numbers, right? 'Cause
yeah.
There's no matter what, that club's going to be full.
Yeah.
Right? They're not.
You hope.
Well, yeah.
Unless they see, Joe's face on the flyer and they
that's
run.
Well, I was going to let you say that. I tell you what, I don't think he'll have a problem with it, but he's got one of the fucking funniest jokes, man.
Joe's good, man.
That he still
cracks me up.
I still have it on my laptop from years ago. You think life is great till you try opening a fucking English muffin.
You know what I'm saying? We make fun of him so much for that.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's so corny.
It is, but it's
so
funny,
corny.
dude. Oh, I think it's fucking
So we have
great,
like these group chats with other comics, and like Joe will say something stupid, and all of a sudden they'll post that meme right up there.
So that tells me I'm gonna post that meme when he comes on, because I asked him to come on, but he's all banged up. So, but I'll get him on.
Physically he's a mess, but mentally he's not there either.
Yeah, well, good
luck with him.
Yeah. It'll be a handful. It'll be fun.
Good luck. But he's funny, man. Like you asked me before about jokes and stories. That guy's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
I'm the joke guy. He's the story guy.
Well, I think that was really cool about the writing, though.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
to hear that.
I'm hoping to be filming the movie by the fall.
Can you talk about it now or no?
Yeah, I mean just a little bit. It's a horror movie with
good slasher
comedy.
Oh man, this is my wheelhouse, dude.
I'm so excited about.
Shit.
Yeah, man, it's been a passion of mine for the last few years. Like I start to write, then I go I guess it was fear. Everybody, you act like you're too busy.
But
it's when you sit down, and finally a few months ago, I was like, all right, it's time. But this story's been brewing in my head for 4 years.
Good for you.
I already had the dialogue in my head. I had the arcs of the characters.
Okay, wait a minute though. I'm gonna guess. You ready?
Got it.
So there's 4 or 5 staples in a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the group of college kids that get together, and they're going to go to some crazy camp or some crazy hotel that somebody's uncle told them about. So you got the hot cheerleader, the token African-American dude, the jock, the nerd girl or boy. That can go either way. And they all pile in some kind of vehicle, and they head out, and they stop at the last gas station. There's a creepy old man.
There's a creepy old man, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then they get to the location, and everything falls apart. Of course, the token guy gets killed first.
Mm-hmm.
The hot girl runs around without her shirt on.
Well, you have to. It's a law.
Right. And, those are like staples of a good horror movie, right?
It's funny because all those things were on the list. And I'm like, I got to make sure. And so I went a different storyline than the young hot group of kids. But, the old creepy guy is there. One of the characters jokes about being the token.
So you have the group of hot kids?
No.
What do you got what's the...
Gist of the story.
If you can talk,
yeah. It's... main character is a police officer who moves from the city to a small town.
Okay.
It's meant to be a sort of an homage to the Friday the 13th. So the town they're in is Blairstown, which is where they filmed the original Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
So it's that kind of setup.
Okay. Now, is a cop like got in all sorts of trouble, and he's there to
He was a homicide detective.
something really fucked
He
his
had
head
to
up.
leave.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
So he goes to the small town, to hide, and then murders start happening in this town. And as it goes along, it seems all signs seem to point to his partner,
Oh, okay.
and then it goes from there.
And you got the hot chick that runs around without a shirt on.
We do have hot chicks,
Yeah,
of
you gotta do
course,
that, yeah.
of
That's
course.
kind of a staple.
You can't have one without him.
Yeah, yeah.
The hot chicks. Yeah, I mean, it's enough mixed with the comedy and the horror. So
Cool. I love those. That's right up my alley.
Yeah,
I
it's-
like those. Yeah. What was I gonna? What was that?
a lot of jump scares, like your classic. Because I don't really like the CGI. I'll watch the horror movies, but
I like a good jump scare.
classic jump scares. Just building the suspense as that camera goes across the room.
Yep, yep.
Seeing something in the mirror.
My wife and I, when we're watching a movie like that or any movie, the music changes. We're like, oh, something's gonna happen.
Yep.
here comes something. You ever see? Not The Conjuring, The Haunting in Connecticut. It's
The
based-
movie or like a miniseries?
No, it's a movie. It's an older movie because I was dating this girl in Colorado and we watched it. And
Sounds familiar.
It scared the fucking piss out of me, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was sleepless for like 3-4 nights after it. A family moves out, of course, in this old house out in the woods, out in this because they couldn't afford to live in this. Or the son was sick, so they moved closer to the doctor.
All right.
Okay.
This does sound familiar.
But the house used to be morgue. So the basement where the kids stay, there's like this glass wall that's like, they're like, you don't go in there because it's like used to be the morgue. And then they started using the freezer for like fucking putting food in and stuff. But it's so well done. I think it's The Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah, it sounds something familiar.
That was so well done. That was a good horror movie.
Yeah.
That was just a straight up. There's no comedy in it. But
No,
that was
and it's tough. You don't see a horror comedy often.
no,
or at least well.
unless it's like way off the deep end of corny.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, scary
Yeah.
movie or something like that. Yeah, so I'm trying. We'll see.
Or
We'll
is
see how
like-
it goes.
Is it like punch jokes and stuff too? Like just quick humor?
Good. There's a lot of back and forth with the cops and stuff like that. So a
Yeah,
lot of it's
yeah.
dialogue humor.
Yeah.
I try to keep it true to, how police actually talk to each other. So
That's cool.
I think that's where most of the humor comes from.
So where are you in that process? I know you touched on it, but
Yeah, I mean, the script is, officially done, but I'm doing the rewrites now.
Okay.
Somebody I've worked with movies before, because Joe and I have done a couple independent films with other people.
yeah.
He's at the point where he wants to bring it to some investors and stuff. So
Awesome, dude.
Try to
Wow,
get
I wish you luck with that.
thanks, man. Try to
Yeah.
get something going.
You got a name for it? No?
No. I had a name, but it's going to change.
Okay. All right.
Because
When
the
you-
original title of Friday the 13th was One Bloody Night at Camp Blood, or One Long Night at Camp Blood.
That was the original title for
Yep.
No
for
shit.
Friday the 13th.
So how to get to Friday the 13th?
I don't know. There's there's a couple of different theories.
Huh.
One
That's-
just thought that the other one was too long.
Yeah.
Which it is long. I don't think it would have been as catchy as Friday the 13th.
No, Friday the 13th is like
It's
yeah, that's
perfect.
a classic. Yeah.
So originally, when I'm writing the script, I just called it One Long Night in Blairstown.
Oh, okay. Just to put something.
Yeah, but that's not where.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, still working on that.
Okay. What's your is that your favorite genre of movies? Like
Yeah.
horror and
Absolutely.
like slasher horror or good horror?
Good horror. I'll watch Saw and them too, but I'll watch it once and that's enough.
The first couple were good, and then it
Yeah.
just got fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't need that. I'd rather watch a classic Friday the 13th over and over again.
Classics.
Things like
Like
that.
well, you like Nightmare on Elm Street?
I like it because it reminds me of being a kid.
Yeah.
But same thing. After like number 2 or 3,
Yeah. The first
they're
couple,
tough to watch.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th got tough to watch after a while, but
After like the 15th,
Yeah.
one, you're like, fuck, dude, just put it to rest.
when Jason's in outer space, then
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they might be going too far.
What about like Alien movies?
Alien, I like.
That
I like
holds
Alien.
up. That
Yeah.
original Alien. I watched that not too long ago, and I was like, God damn,
Yeah, it's still a classic.
that's a good one. You like those horror movies, like sci-fi horror,
A little bit.
until they get a little out of hand, like
Yeah.
little unrealistic.
As long as I can buy in on the premise,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
still
yeah,
realistic.
Well, go back to with Mark Tufo. Mm-hmm. He goes way off the deep end with vampires and zombies and werewolves and all that. But he just makes it like you can buy into it. You're like, this makes sense.
I got to try that then.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it after.
Yeah, because me and the family, we've been watching Walking Dead.
I saw you. Did you see the post I made
Yeah.
with you and is that your wife? Is
Yeah.
that Danny? Yeah, I thought that was a pretty
Yeah,
good
using
post.
that picture's awesome.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
looks so scary. It's great. Yeah, so we've been basically binge watching Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead for the last few months. So
Yeah, I'm a big zombie fan.
everything is zombie in our house.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Big dude.
We have like a drawing of Shane from Walking Dead.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Huh? He was
and
a
like
dick.
everywhere we go, oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Everywhere we go, it's like, all right, if a zombie breakout happens in this restaurant,
Dude, I do that shit all the time. Like I was going to the gym this morning and it's all fog. I'm like, this is zombie weather.
yep. And I got the kids, and they're like, well, I'd grab that weapon.
Oh, do you got a bug out bag in your truck?
My old truck, I did. I used to have everything I needed.
Oh,
Change
yeah.
of clothes.
That's in my truck. I do too. Yeah.
Now it's just, whatever the kids left there.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I'll give you the information about his.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's Audible books, right, and the narration. You being a cop and a comedian, you'll love the banter between the two main characters.
All right.
It is so well written. I truly enjoy them. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll give you those. But
Yeah, I mean, I loved growing up. My favorite movie was Dawn of the Dead.
oh yeah, that's classic.
Yeah.
What is it Dawn? What's that other one where the kids find the barrel of shit? Is that Dawn of the? No, it's not Dawn of the Dead.
No.
Do you like the horror ones like 28 Days Later and all that?
I watch them, but I don't like fast moving zombies.
Yeah, I don't think that. I always
It's not
thought,
realistic.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The
on that.
muscles would rip off the bones and they would fall down.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I'm a shuffler zombie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree that they wouldn't be moving fast.
No, I started like the original Dawn of the Dead where like people are beating them with baseball bats. I'm like, this is awesome.
Oh yeah. Whew. How about I Am Legend?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I still want to see supposedly like there's supposed different ending and the movie was supposed to be different. I don't know if you ever read that. Yeah, Google it.
It was supposed to. What, they're supposed to have
be
a different ending?
A different ending to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, with that. Well, he blew himself up, right?
Yeah, but supposedly the ending, the way the movie was originally written was that you look at Will Smith as the bad guy. That they were trying to either help him or and he started killing them all. But supposedly they weren't bad. They were just zombies, if that makes sense.
Kinda.
Or zombie vampire.
Whatever
they are.
Yeah.
But then it screened, they hated it, and they changed the ending.
No shit. Huh. I thought it was a fucking good movie though. I enjoyed
Well,
it.
you cry with the dog, of course.
Oh yeah, well, dude. If you
Any
don't cry
movie
with
with a dog.
if you don't cry with that scene with the dog, dude, you ain't got a heart.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny about zombies, man. I'll show you that
Yeah.
when we get done. But thanks for coming down, man.
Bro, this has been a blast.
It's a good time, huh? We could shit, man. That's a issue that we could go on for
I know.
a long time. But
Well, we'll come back and we'll hit different topics next time.
yeah, absolutely.
Just don't bring Joe on. He's going to bring the whole podcast down.
Bury it, right? It'll be like
That's what he does.
It'll be like a bomb set, permanent bomb set, right? Fucking Joe. All right, buddy. Thanks.
No, thank you, man. It's a blast.
Interesting guy, this Rich is, right? Definitely going to have him back on. I want to catch up on where he's at in his writing. The way he's pursuing that and his passion for it's just awesome. All right, recap. Links in the show notes to see more about Rich and his comedy and writing. Check out livereese.com for some high quality CBD product. I'm telling you, man, you want a good night's sleep. Check out the tinctures. And I'm giving some of that away with some swag. So jump over to the website, waltzkitchentable.com. And all the details you need to know for the giveaway is there. And also, super happy and proud of what I got going on in the merch store. Check out the Waltisms. Just saying, Waltisms. And if you like what you hear, write up a review. Helps the show out a ton. And, tell a friend or 7. Till next time, much love.